it's difficult. In Gustav, we actually started conducting evacuations in airboats. And it was so dangerous when we launched the boats, we almost lost control of the boats because of the current. So there's so many challenging conditions down there that this window of opportunity is shrinking fast. And I think that's why, the EOC is continuing to send out these alerts. Please make your decision, call us so we can get down there, get you out of there. Because the folks in Lower Barataria right now, if they wanted to leave in their car, they can't. Because Lower Barataria is above water right now. The middle section's below water, as was described by John earlier. So they can't get out even if they want to. We got to go get them because the water's too deep for their automobiles.
All right.
And the unfortunate thing is there's not a lot of people when I was down there asking for assistance other than the one person who was trying to help the man who was elderly and was on oxygen. They're waving to you. They have young children and they're just not. But we want to reiterate, we strongly encourage them, and as the sheriff said, the windows close fast to get out. Because I agree. I've been now. I mean, Katrina didn't dump a lot of water on the feet. Gustav did. They were pretty mild rain or water events, but Rita and I did, and they did a pretty substantial amount of water damage. And I was down there for those two, and that water today was moving a lot faster than those two events. Anything else? Thank you all very much. Be safe. We appreciate it.
You've been listening to a live news conference from President John Young and other parish officials there. Young saying Isaac continues to be an interesting storm. Even though it has been downgraded, he called it still a significant storm, warning that we have another 24 to 36 hours of rainfall, and until tomorrow morning, where he says we'll still feel tropical storm force winds. Right now, winds are still gusting at the airport to 53 miles an hour in Kenner, 52 in Slidell, 39 in Baton Rouge, and 51 in Boothville, the latest readings we have from around the region. Give you an idea of how the big circulation of the storm is still buffeting much of the state with these high winds. He said that he does not want anyone out after sunset tonight. There is a dusk to dawn curfew, but he made one exception. He says go out and clean your catch basins when the winds die down and there's not heavy rain in front of your house to prevent street flooding. He said some communities are still battling very mightily against the storm surge in Jefferson Parish, including Grand Isle, Lafitte, Crown Point, and Barataria, where they say it'll be late tonight before they think the water will be at its highest, but officials aren't sure when the storm surge will peak. He says that after a survey of the parish, he found very little damage to homes, businesses, and government buildings, but a lot of trees, he said, completely uprooted from the soil, a lot of debris, and obviously a lot of power lines down, warning that Jefferson Parish residents may go a long time now before power comes on in many cases. Statewide, there are now more than 720,000 people without electricity, and it's about a third of the state's customers. The Harvey Tunnel is closed, and he said this.
Flooded.
He and Gretna Mayor Ronnie Harris and Kenner Mayor Mike Yenny all made a point of saying, if you don't have to put it down your drain, please don't, meaning water. If you can limit the amount of water you put down your drains and your toilets, it would be helpful, because without electricity, it's difficult for the parish and the municipalities to pump the stuff you do put down your drains and your toilets to the proper place. And the lift stations, as they're called, that pump the waste away from your homes into the treatment facility need electricity, and without it, if too much goes into those lift stations in too little time, it could back up into your home. And the parish president warned, we don't want it to become a, quote, messy issue. Right now, the tropical storm, for the first time, we can tell you, and this is good news, that Tropical Storm Isaac is now due west of New Orleans. It's moved far enough north that the center circulation is now 60 miles due west of New Orleans. Maximum sustained winds remain at 70 miles per hour. I'm Dave Cohen. Stay tuned for the very latest here on WWL, AM, FM, and .com.
Back to continuing coverage of Tropical Storm Isaac on WWL, AM, FM, and WWL.com. And Entercom stations Magic 101.9, Bayou 95.7, B97, and ESPN 1350 AM. To connect, call 504-2